Legia Warsaw 2, Chelsea 1. Chelsea lose in the Conference League, losing their undefeated to Legia Warsaw. I today hide my face in shame. That was embarrassing. Anyway, welcome back to FFB amigos. Don't subscribe. Don't subscribe. You don't want any more Chelsea news in your life lately for the upcoming future. Or subscribe if you want to be kind to me because misery loves company. Today, we're very sad. What a poor display we saw today. And actually, I want to applaud Legia Warsaw. What a great performance. Your fans, what amazing fans that you have. If I have as a matter of fact, here it is. Let me pull up something up here. Look at these guys, man. Amazing. Amazing. They were rooting, screaming, jumping, shirts off. I don't even know what they were saying, but it was nuts. It was beautiful. Respect. Well played. Chelsea make it through, however. So we're moving on. But, sadly at the beginning of the game, the first thought that I had was it's so sad that I had to watch Arsenal and make a video because they're playing a return leg after a 3-0 up against Real Madrid. And they managed to do the business, and we don't with Legia Warsaw. So we're in just different universes, and that is terrifying since those SOBs can potentially win the champion. They should win. I think it's on them to win. They have the better team, but let's see what happens. And I was hoping Chelsea would do well tonight, and it was stronger than expected. The team lineup. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments. What did you see? I thought that was a better lineup than I expected. Jorgensen starting. I'm happy to see him even at the cup. He did not have a good game, but still, I'd rather see him for what's left of the season. Although with the 4 left, we're not gonna see him at maybe. I don't know if they'll even let him play the next cup games because we'll see what happened in the game. Chempong, always happy to see him get minutes. Reece James is a test in midfield, and I'm glad to see Caicedo getting a rest. But that sounds like that's why he's played almost every minute up until very recently. But anyway, and then Dewsbury Hall, he does what he's been doing well in the cup. And once in Kunku's in, they had him on the right, but I knew on the pre-match, but I knew he was going to play on the left. It didn't make sense to play him anywhere. But I'm surprised to see Jackson start this game and Sancho both. So I figured, yeah, they want to get in the game and put it to bed. That was enough. That team was more than enough to put it to bed the whole tie. In 30 minutes, we should have been done and dusted, but we weren't. As a matter of fact, the first minute, and Kunku pressing, muchachos, muchachas, and Kunku pressing, and we get a recovery, leaving Palmer. I think it's Mole Palmer. It's an implanted mole. It's a cousin of his that looks just like him, and he gets one-on-one with the keeper, clear goal. He just had to face the keeper, and shocking miss. Didn't even hit the target. So yeah, unfortunately, we have Mole Palmer right now, and we're hoping Cole comes back. He didn't have a good game. And after another press, Sancho assisting Kunku, who takes a straight shot. I'm sort of sad and like low rhythm. Sorry, guys, that I'm talking this way, but it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. We straight at the keeper, and Kunku straight at the keeper, and then Palmer dives in to try to get a header. It's cleared off the line. Look, this result, we could have had more goals. Yes, we missed a lot of goals and the game would have been different, but it's not like Legia Warsaw didn't have it, and we'll look at that. So at the 8th minute, penalty. Poor defending by Chelsea, poor defending by Chelsea. And Jorgensen, man, he comes out and he gives away a penalty. I don't think it's that terrible. Um, Against competition like this, certainly, and at the beginning of the game, that was a bad thing. He could have just let the guy score, worst case, once he figured he's not going to get to the ball. But anyway, it wasn't great. And again, the Legia fans at that point are amazing. Shirts off, screaming. Even as visitors, they were dominating the stadium. It was just a beautiful thing. In any case, 1-0 Legia. And then at the 20th minute, Legia should have been 2-0 up, if you ask me. They had a one-on-one with the keeper at the 32nd minute. Sancho Does some winger stuff, some winger things, man. I wish you can see him do that more often. He's been having a late couple of good games against lesser competition, but still, he took on his man. He put in a low cross. Not like the last game they were just throwing crosses all over the place to nobody over at the weekend, and that meant we were never going to score. Low cross, which I think we improved on that today. Again, lesser opposition, but we did a little bit better with the crosses, which leaves to Cucurella. Who else? Cucurella. I'm gonna look at the stats if I can for you guys. Our regular goal scores are so poor so far this season that he's up there. He's up there, man, especially because of the injuries that Jackson had this season. Let me see if I can find that for you. But yeah, still Cole Palmer and Nico Jackson. Let me see. Yeah. Anyway, Kukure is up there. He's up there close. He's up there with Enzo Fernandez with 4. Wow, it's incredible to see Cole Palmer with 14. That's insane. It's insane because he hasn't scored any in such a long time. He was on en route to score 20 something, 30 goals. Yeah, until his cousin Mole showed up. In any case, Champong also missed a header. There's a lot of misses. I won't go into all of them. Um, One big mistake, Reece James didn't have a great game either. He made a couple of mistakes, and one of them was terrible. I mean, one of them was just horrendous. He wanted to play a ball back, and he just played, I think it was Gonçalves, through. It's funny now I know these Legia guys' names. I shouldn't even know them. Shouldn't even be on the ball. And he leaves him one on one with the last man. In any case, he couldn't make the most of it, but that was he put him through on goal, pretty much. So it was pretty terrible. On the 40th minute, Chempong misses a header, which was clear. He should have done better. He should have hit the target. Actually, he should have scored. It was pretty basic. He was in a lot of space. 41st minute, Palmer plays a through ball, a long ball, and into Nkuku. There's like a little scrap. It falls to Cucurella, who happens to be in the place where all strikers should be, and he seems to be the only one that's there. Not Nkunku, not Jackson, on many of these goals and opportunities and second balls and such. But the VAR denies it, and then Chelsea were trying to play out from the back. And dude, Legia, this is why it's so ballsy of these guys. Congratulations, is they were dropping deep and defending all that, but at times they felt how weak Chelsea is playing out and would suddenly push a high line, and Chelsea really struggled against it. They could have really harmed us. They looked really scary. In the second half, 2-1 goal, we saw it. Chelsea can cope with a high press, hermano, sister, brother. They can't with their press. Legias, Warsaw's press. They can't. They gave up a corner, which that there was a few minutes there that they pushed the high line and they pinned us to the back, and that was just shocking, mate. You got to remember the level of these guys. And again, we had a strong team. We had Reece James, we had Sancho, and and we had a lot of starting players on the Premier League. Cole Palmer was in there, Tossin, and it's Cucurella, dudes, come on, man. And they kind of kicked our ass in the way an away team does, right? I'm not saying they kicked us like they had us pin the whole game, but they were playing a smarter game, better. We just couldn't find anything. Why though? Because Neto not in the game, I don't know. Why didn't he come in when Jackson came out? I don't know. Why didn't he come in when certainly when Palmer went up? I don't know. But in the 56 minutes, so first they scored their goal. Sorry, they had that attack, and then came a corner, 2 headers in the box. They have been saying in Spanish, and I think it applies in English too, is dos cabezazos en Laris goal. 2 touches or headers or whatever, 2 touches in the box, and it's a goal. And pretty much, so we didn't win the first ball. We didn't win the second one. It's a sloppy one, but they're in. They're 2-1. So happy for these Legia guys. And there's a time where I'm kind of shitting my pants, man, because I'm thinking, is it possible that we actually could lose this thing 4-1? Let me tell you, it was possible. Because if I think a little early, one of those goals that would have gone in that I'm talking about, one of those opportunities, and then we're just one goal away, and terror sets in, and the environment starts turning even worse, and we know that, so according to Maresca, that the Chelsea fans is their fault. I really want to see the press conference today. I think I might end up doing a video of that because what can he possibly say, man? I'm really curious what he's gonna say. I'm embarrassed. But anyway, I'll keep talking. So Chelsea get a shot cleared off the line. So it was an opportunity where Chelsea sort of get dominated for a few minutes, which was really weird. The changes come in. Malagusto comes in, refreshing legs. Madueke comes in, and he is doing Madueke things. Even if he has a bad game, sometimes he runs at players, and he runs at, and he's running at him, and he's running at him, and he's taking shots, and he's trying to take shots, and he wins some corners. So there was some action there. In the 81st minute, Tyreek George just a terrible miss, terrible miss. But I guess we got to forgive him. He's young. 82nd minute, finally, Pedro Neto comes in for Sancho, who gets a big applause. Actually, well, not big applause, but he got an applause because he did well in the last game for us, and he did a good game today. He was one of the ones that were trying out there. But final score, we lose. We lose the undefeated, which is to me a stain. Not only do we have to win, but I think we never should have lost any games in this tie. How do you explain this? We have Fulham at the weekend. It's not like we're going to play Madrid or something and we're saving players. We didn't even save players. This tells you how important Moises Caicedo is in terms of defending when even a team like this can run through us very easily. And man, I don't even know what to think anymore. I'll have more clarity during my weekly video, but they did too good of a game for the level of competition that they are, and we suffered. So I'm kind of ashamed we're past it. We got to play Fulham at the weekend. And this was the scary part because it's about how we playing with the coaches, with all these things that are happening. We're playing Fulham away. Then we have Everton. And then it's Liverpool, Newcastle, Man United, and Forest. Those last games, those run of games, even with United being trash, they showed up against City. I don't know what can happen with them. Newcastle, we saw what they're doing. They're on fire, man. They dropped us on the table, down in the table to places where we don't deserve to be. We deserve to be because of the way we play, but we don't deserve because of our DNA. But we're sixth, and they still, they managed to score five. They're just in a better place. They're on a run. They have 5 wins in a row. So it's not looking good for us. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer here, brothers and sisters, but that's kind of what we're feeling. So we might end up outside of UEFA, and we might fall in the Conference League spots again in the Premier League. So now we have to win this Conference League in order to guarantee that we qualify for the UEFA, which is insane. And if that's the case, we would have to play the other side as the two teams that I don't like. We got so lucky. We're playing your garden. Who's your garden? Soundgarden. Who's your garden? We're playing your garden, which I'm okay. That's insane. Like I could play that match and 10 of the team B and we should be okay. But on the other side, we have Fiorentina and Betis, who made it through quite as expected. And look, they're not doing well in their respective leagues, but they're at least in high level leagues. And if we show up like we've showed up for some of these games lately in the Premier League and for the game that we showed up today, and they're really motivated and they have a lot to win and a lot to lose and they care more than we do, cuidado, papo. Wash out, man. Wash out. Um, so again, a reminder, Caicedo's everything. And shocking to say this, I'm a huge fan, right? So don't take it as I just say because he's young, but we really need Mark U. And we could have even used Mudrik for these games. Remember when we had the Team B, everybody would try. Well, we used to love the Team B, but then we'd poop on some of the players like Mudrik, which I was never a fan of, and I think we overpaid for him, etc. But it was a body that can play a role, and certainly João Felix Jean um, could have done a job. And I think when all these guys are sucking, he wouldn't have sucked more than them. I would rather have him than Nkunku. Certainly, what he's shown us lately, or wouldn't be any difference. But at least it's another body, right? But Q. I hope he gets better. I hope he comes back. We really miss you, buddy. We need you. I'm really excited. I love that player. He looks like a nice little old school nine. Does some nice runs. Has good school from La Masia, Barcelona, and hopefully learning to be a badass. If there's any Chelsea DNA left out there, you can turn him into a little bit of a mix of a powerful and skillful player. If he scored a lot for us in the conference league, so he would have done great. In any case, thank you for joining this video, amigos. Let me know how you feel after this one, and I guess I'll see you for the preview of Fulham or after Fulham because I'm traveling on the weekend. If I can't make that video, I'll let you guys know. I'll do a pre if I can't do the post. And as always, come on, you Blues.